Hello, welcome to my channel. How y'all doing today? Finally made it home. Did my 9 to 5, or shall I say 6:30 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then did Uber for an hour, and it said about 8 minutes. So today I started out with a negative attitude. Or shall I say I realized probably like 5 or 10 minutes into my ride to work, which was probably at the time of between 5:30 5:45. I started thinking about uh, a lot of negative things, and I told my coworker, because I mentioned this to her. I was like, I was just like, "Hey God, I'm aware that I'm in a negative mood. Please help me to get into a positive mood." And I knew what that took, and that took me to think, to really go into gratitude. Is how I really got up out of that, and I realized that all it all it takes sometimes is just to be grateful. But that's not always the case, right? Because there's certain situations where life experiences are so heavy that it is not as easy as, just hey Lord, thank you for waking me up today. Lord, I thank you so much that my car is working this morning. Lord, thank you so much for allowing me to have a roof over my head. God, thank you for the lights being on. Lord, thank you for my daughter and I having a great relationship right now. Lord, thank you for my family. Lord, thank you for my job. Lord, thank you for Bank of America hiring me. Lord, thank you for my friend who allowed me to put her on the application at Bank of America, which put me in a priority. I would say I think it was just all God, but because I've put her down before, and they didn't hire her, so I just think it was just God's timing. So you see how quickly I just started you know, spewing out in a good way, just things to be grateful for, and it helped me to get out of that mood. And I didn't want it to be a situation where my coworkers, my teammates can feel that negative energy. So I did it for myself because we, psychology teaches you, and I'm not a therapist, but while doing therapy, I remember going there for being sad, being depressed, and they say, well, these are just seasons. Feelings eventually will go up and down, and you don't always stay sad. You don't always stay angry. And I didn't get what they were saying, but in hindsight now I can see we literally do not stay mad all the time. We don't stay angry. We don't stay happy all the time. It's ebbs and flows, ups and downs as we navigate through life. And and so I said, when I walk into a building, I want to bring the light. I want to bring good energy because I don't know what others are carrying. So I don't want to add to what any of my teammates are going through. I don't want to add to my own, you know, trauma and pain and, depression. I don't want to make it worse, right? I remember my daughter was getting ready to enter corporate America, and not your typical, McDonald's or Popeyes or anything like that, but she was getting ready to enter a call center space. And I was like, look, she was in a relationship. And I remember being in call centers and literally breaking down, like not in front of the customer, but I would be at my desk like breaking down, and it was pretty embarrassing. But I realized those moments where I was feeling sad because I was going through a lot, was necessary. So I told her, I say, hey, look, when you go into them people job, excuse me, y'all, your customers should not know that you are having problems at home, that you having problems at the job, that you having problems with, whoever, whomever, and you in a bad mood, you PMSing. When you get on that phone, it's hi, thank you for calling, and whatever company that is. I say, cry in your car, cry in the bathroom, but cry, get it out. I am not telling you to be, unrealistic and not shed those tears because that's healing, right? And so my thing is, don't throw up on other people. Don't cause other people to be burdened with your own sorrows and depression and funky little attitudes, if you can possibly if you possibly can, right? So I was being intentional, and I hope that you're in a space as well where you, because if you came across my channel, this channel is for, everything. I might post me just dancing, having fun. I post, I don't like to put myself in a box. But I also do I'm here to motivate you. I'm here to share my own experiences, and through that, hopefully that help you get through whatever you're getting through. But I was stating that if you got this video, I always say if you got this video, it's in your algorithm, and you can take away something from it. Or if you like, hey man, this is for my family member, this is for my friend, my homegirl, my homeboy, they can possibly get something, some food, from this video. As Tony Gaskins would say, he say, chew the meat, spit out the bones. And I heard other people say that as well. He's not the first one to say that. And it's something to that. I could have the quote wrong, but you get my drift. So whatever you're going through, I just want to extend, some virtual hugs. I want to extend some encouragement. Don't give up. Know that life, it's never going to be a constant state of euphoria, excitement, and you never have a bad moment. That's not how life is. It's interesting when I mentioned algorithm. I was just talking about it, right, with my coworker about exactly what I'm telling you, and the epiphanies that I was having, and how I got myself out of that funk, and why I didn't want to come to work with that funk. And lo and behold, Alex Hormozy video today was basically the same exact thing what I'm telling you, but he went more further in detail. It's like a 42 or 43-minute video about our moods and how to get out of those moods, and he just went further and dealt with it. So and that helped me out as well with just some of the feedback that he gave in that video. But just extending some encouraging words. It's gonna be okay. Whatever you might be going through, it's temporary. It doesn't last for long. Even if it lasts for 5-10 years, 5-10 months, it too shall pass. I don't know what your belief system is. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, and that has got me through so much. I haven't always been the best Christian. I haven't always been the strongest believer, but baby, this past 8 or 9 years, I would say intentionally, I would say probably over the past 7 years, which is my favorite number. I have been more intentional about building a stronger relationship with God. As all of us, we are not perfect, but I am better than what I was before, and that helped me through dark days. I no longer, so much so to where I don't call a lot of people and tell them what I'm going through. Alex talked about this. He have a little process that he goes through. I think he do certain scenarios to where he write it down. For myself, I just talk to God. Like, God is sitting right there. I'm like, hey Lord, this is what I'm going through. What's the lesson that you're trying to teach me in this moment? What is it that I can do? What skills can you help me? Can you give me? What videos that you could send my way to help me through this process? And it never fails. I get a video, I'll get a message, I'll get somebody calling me. And when I tell you he never fails, because he is who I depend on. Again, this ain't no sermon. Again, tomorrow you might see me doing a little dance or something, okay? But I'm just saying that's who I lean on. Which allows me not to call family members, friends with all my problems in business. I'm like, oh wow, I really could have just worked this out with God. I'm like, I'm straight, I'm good. And then there's some times where I might have to vent about something, but that's really rare. And it's basically someone calling me about something, and while I'm on the phone with them, I'm like, hey, since you called, let me tell you about what I'm going through. So just hope that helps. If you might be an atheist, hey, to Buddhist, whatever you might be, Sometimes some books might help. I got plenty of books that I need to. Never Split the Difference. Ain't read it yet. I don't know if that helps. Uh, Necessary Endings. Besides your Holy Bible, try the Bible as well. Uh, the 4 Hour Work Week. So we got books. I haven't read them. I tried to read that 4 Hour Work Week. I think I'm an audiobook person, but I got so many books. Soon as a millionaire or somebody successful say they read a book to help them get to where they was gonna get to, baby, your girl was ordering them darn books. You hear me? So that might help put your mind in a different state as well. You're gonna be okay. Trust me. When you are on the internet, I know, or you're on social media, in your algorithm, you got to see other people dealing with so much more than what you're dealing with. Not saying that what you're going through is not valid. Oh my God, no. What I'm saying is it could be worse. So have some grace. Give yourself some grace and mercy. Be kind to yourself. Speak positive words, affirmations over your life. Speak positively to yourself. When you self-talk, let that self-talk be positive. Okay? All right. That's enough of preaching for the day. Have a wonderful evening. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.